Hey, how's it going, guys? I know it's been a long time, but I wanted to return. I wanted to make videos again, and I want to talk about my team, Galatasaray. And it's been a very long time, so I'm kind of out of it. But I want to keep it consistent this year, and talk about Galatasaray throughout the whole year. I was planning on making videos on the World Cup and Turkey, but uh, you know, didn't work out. I was actually there at the World Cup. I went to the Paraguay match, and it was definitely a shocker for all of us. So today I want to talk about the Galatasaray versus Ümraniyespor friendly match that happened in the afternoon where I am. Uh, it was a I didn't really get to watch the first half a lot, but it was a decent match. I watched a full second half. All the younglings and stuff, all the academy players and stuff like that, and it was kind of entertaining in the first I guess I would say like 25 minutes of the second half. I got to watch, some of the first half, the 5-10 minutes, last 5-10 minutes of it, and it was decent, and we can build on a lot of stuff. Definitely, we can try to interpret some players and integrate some players into our actual team, maybe from the young team. But I just want to look at their ratings real quick. So the people that I don't know about the first half because I didn't watch until like the 40th minute. It says Berat Lush was actually the man of the match, but while I was watching it, I really liked Ada Yüzgeç. I really liked Can Armando Güner and Kazımcan Karadaş. Those were like the three. These three were like the guys I looked at the most, and I was like, okay, these guys are probably like the best out of the like all the starting 11 basically. Even though we had Gabriel Sara and İlkay Gündoğan playing as a starter. And I mean, the first half definitely Can Armando. I don't think he did anything, but Kazımcan Ada Yüzgeç like wherever they were playing, and the 63 minutes for Ada and 74 for Kazımcan was amazing in my opinion. Um, I hope to be able to integrate some of these players into not the starting 11, not the second role, the third role definitely of wherever they play. So I'm gonna actually dig a little bit deeper into that. So what I really like about John Armando is like he seems like he wants to become a playmaker, but he's not fully there yet. He has to get used to the team, all that type of stuff. I feel like he's like a Hakim Ziyech, junior, something like that, like a baby. I don't know. He kind of reminds me of him, but that's actually kind of promising because Hakim Ziyech, as you guys know, like at Ajax and stuff like that, he was amazing. Ada Yüzgeç, I think we should be definitely making him our third striker, but we need to get a very reliable second striker for that to actually work out. And the transfers, we're going to get to that, but I don't know. It's not been working out that much. We're not really hearing big news about any transfers. But I think we're gonna get Ponomarenko, the Ukrainian guy. He's like a 20-year-old. I'm pretty sure as our second striker. I don't know if we're gonna go for a third one. Maybe like Matisse Tell or something like that. That can kind of do the left wing and the striker position together. Um, but yeah, I don't know about that. But I think Ato Yüzgeç should be our third striker. But we need to get a reliable second one for that to actually work out. But we're gonna see definitely in the moving days. And then Kazımcan Karataş, I think I don't know. He should definitely be in the role of our left backs, but sadly, I don't see him in front of Eren Elmalı and Jakobs right now, Ismail Jakobs. So the thing about that is, maybe in like 1 or 2 more years, Kazımcan can definitely become a rotational player there. Rotating in and out of the starting lineup at left back. Maybe even now in Super League or Türkiye Kupa, I think Kazımcan has a chance, but I do believe that I'm not gonna lie. I do believe Eren Elmalı is still better than him in a couple of ways, and Jakobs is definitely better. Just because I'm not talking about offensively really with Jakobs, but defensively he's like 2-3 levels above Kazımcan and Eren Elmalı. So Kazımcan being integrated is going to be really hard. I think the only thing what we're going to do is, since Jakobs is injury prone and all that, we're going to keep him for the first half of the season again, and then loan him out the second half of the season, which is ideal. And we should keep his contract going for 2-3 more years, because I feel like Kazımcan's going to be a decent left back in the upcoming years, and I do think he can take that role from Eren Elmalı as the backup left back in a couple years definitely, and the starting left back I think we're going to renew after this season, maybe one more season with Jakobs. I don't know, like maybe 1 to 2 more seasons with Jakobs, and then we go for like a better person. I have someone in mind, but it's kind of impossible maybe, and the way things are going at the Galatasaray board, I don't know if it's going to be really be happening at the moment, so I'm not going to really talk about it that much. One person I actually had high hopes for, Ali Tura Bülbül. He's been coming back every single time from a loan out to like a birinci league, like the first division or the second division I think is after Super League, the one underneath. He keeps going out on loan, doesn't really do anything, comes back. I had a lot of hope in him a couple years ago. I thought he had a lot of potential, but I don't know. He hasn't been showing anything to prove that otherwise. And then Arda Ünyay looks decent. He could be. I think he could be our fourth defender, or what do you call it, center back, after Davinson and Abdülkerim Bardakçı. I and then I'm gonna get into this again. I think Leminash is gonna be our third big defender, unless we get a transfer in there. But I think Ardunya should be staying on the team, definitely. And we have to fill his 3 years so he could become our youth academy player as well with his contract. So, sending him out on loan might be better for him, definitely. But we kind of need those youth academy player contracts to come in handy for Champions League and stuff. So Ardunya is showing a lot of promise, but we have to put him into games where, he can actually play, and not like this was also because we were very short-handed and we needed him to step up to play. I think that it was Union Saint-Gilloise match again in Champions League and the Fenerbahce match in Super League, and he didn't look amazing there because he's not used to those levels yet. And John Cott was decent. He wasn't crazy or anything like that. I'm expecting him to be the second goalkeeper after Urjan, but I don't know if the board of Galatasaray thinks that way. Hopefully they do, to be honest, but I don't know. I think they're going to go Günay Güvenç as the second goalkeeper this year. And then this was a surprising move. Apaydın was playing center back. I'm not really going to comment on it. I thought he had a lot of potential as well, but I don't know. He hasn't been showing it anywhere that he really goes. Renato Niaga, İlkay, and Gabriel Sara, they didn't show anything crazy. Renato Niaga, I'm really high on. I'm really, really, supporting this kid. I really love him. I was actually thinking, for the two CDM, the center midfielder and the CDM roles of the team, Renato Niaga could be behind Torreira, Lemina, and we get like a star player there. I don't know, like I'm just gonna throw out some couple names, Turam, Valverde. I mean, these are very, very rare. And Kamavinga, if we get someone like star player there that can actually play a lot, we could do that star player, Torreira, Lemina, and Niaga as our midfield rotation, and maybe like İlkay and Gabriel Sara definitely getting in there, unless Sara gets sold, of course. And I don't know, Niaga. I feel like since we also got Leslie Ugochukwu in as a loan, and he's under 23 as well, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be loaning Niaga, which is kind of sad because I was expecting him to play, but I feel like it might be really good for him to go play at a lower side in the Super League, especially like if he plays at Samsun, if he plays at Göztepe, maybe Trabzon. But I don't know if we're gonna give him to Trabzon because Trabzon initially did want him, to buy him from the Portuguese side Casapia. So I don't know what's gonna happen there exactly. And then off the bench, Torreira was general. It was a regular game for him. I'm not gonna really talk about the academy players. I'm not really in depth with the academy players. I do know Yusuf Dahan Kahraman. He's a decent center back. It's not nothing crazy. Leslie Ugochukwu, he didn't really do anything. He almost got into. I think he almost got one goal. It was off the post, and he did get into another position to try to score a goal. He looks like a very decent box to box player, but I did see him shying away from physical instances like duels in the match. I don't know if it's because it's a friendly, or he's normally like that. If he's normally like that, that's kind of concerning to me because he's a really big giant. He looks muscular as hell. I don't know, like he looks very physical. So I hope that's not the case for that. And then what I liked about some of these academy players, I liked Tagay. I think that's his name. He missed a wide open goal actually, but he went into the nice positions to get one goal, and he also got another really decent shot, I remember. And then Recep Yalıntilek, I kind of do like him as well. He's a decent striker, I'm pretty sure. I think Arda Taga is a left wing, and then Recep Yalıntilek is a striker. And I'm not going to really go into the other players that much because I don't really know them a lot. But, that's a decent little, summary of today's match. And our total shots were 18-5. We kind of dominated the match. We had a lot of the possession. It was a simple match for us. Ümraniye is not a strong team, and I expect our lower players to definitely, do something. In the first half, though, we were losing 1-0 until like the 30th or 40th minute, but I did think we were going to turn around, but I wasn't expecting 5-1, of course, but it's still an amazing score. And I wrote this in Turkish, but I'm just going to translate it real quick. It's kind of what I said earlier. It's like I was saying, Ada Yüzgeç should definitely be like a third, striker for us after, Osimhen, and then the second striker being like a pretty decent striker. I don't know if Ponomarenko, the guy that we're gonna get, I think as a second striker, is gonna be that amazing guy. But if we do get Ponomarenko, and we might get Matisse Tell, we can kind of rotate Tell at left wing and striker as the second left wing, and then the second striker, and then Ponomarenko is like the third striker. That's like still a question mark. And then Ada Yüzgeç is definitely the youth academy starter, I'm pretty sure, and he can become like the third/fourth striker of the team. And I think John Armando should definitely be our third option at right wing, because we do need to play young players a lot sometimes, and I think he has potential definitely, and I think that he should be playing behind Sane, and then Yunus Akgün, of course. Yunus Akgün can also play. I'm expecting us to buy a decent number 10, hopefully decent cam, decent attacking midfielder, and I'm hoping it's like Can Uzun. I'm hearing Bruno Fernandes, but I think that's impossible because they're actually going to go to Champions League with United, so I don't know if that's really going to be happening. If it's Can Uzun, I'm really excited about that. I think Can Uzun can be a very big player for us. And then I'm actually gonna make another video about some transfer news. I think I'm gonna cut it out a little bit and then make a second video real quick after this one, and talk about some transfers. But I heard Enciso, I don't really know that if it would be a good transfer. I don't think I really do want him. So I think Sane should be our first right wing. Sometimes Yunus can take over that role, of course, because Sane doesn't, he does lack sometimes. Or we could do Barış on the right wing, and then if we get like someone like a Matisse Tell or something like that, he goes to left wing. Or a Noah Long, if we can, free up the 10+4 rule that we have in Super League, the 10 foreign players that are any age, and the 4 that's 2003 or younger. So I don't know about that, how we're going to be doing that. I also want to make a video actually about how our team should be, planning the first 22 players of our team, the first 11, and their main backups, basically. I do want to make a video like looking into that. So I'll be posting that in the near future as well. And yeah, and then the last thing I said here was I hope we could play Kazımcan, like I said earlier. In 1 or 2 years, I don't know if he's going to be okay with getting, loaned out every single year. But I feel like 1 to 2 years, he could definitely steal a rotational role at the left back. Because I like how I think he might be the best attacking left back we have outside of, instead of Jakobs and Eren Elmalı. But it might be a reach. He might get there though if he gets loaned out like decently. So I don't know. So that's really what I said right here. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about this Ümraniyespor match. It was a decent video that I wanted to do, and I want to keep it up with all the matches. Hopefully, I can. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just give me a quick like, please, and hope it was entertaining to watch. I mean, it's just a little deep dive of every single match that I think about. And it wasn't a really important match, so I'm not really, amazed and, or disappointed with something. So that's how it's going to be with some of these friendly matches that we're having with the teams in the next few weeks.